Hello and welcome to another Resonite Recap stream. I'm Frixius, I'm here with Bob, our finance officer, and also Rue and Aegis from our team, and we're going to be covering all the cool stuff that happened over the last month in Resonite. We have like a few updates to you. We usually focus on sort of like the bigger kind of like issues, because there's a lot of stuff that happens every month. Sometimes like in a very little. If you want like details, you can check devlog, you can check our update notes. They contain like details on what happened, but we want to give you an overview of what we feel is like the most important stuff for you to know about. At the end of the stream, we're also gonna open this to questions, so you can pretty much ask us anything. But we should be able to get started. We also closed a good number of issues. For past month, we actually closed 172 issues, but most of those were closed due to like not having like information, because J4 and our team, they made like an excellent bot that cleans stale issues, so that kind of like skews things a bit, but it makes things a little bit better organized. It also, if any issues were closed, like by mistake, like if you please just message us, we can reopen it. We reopened like a few already, so we don't kind of have to like worry like some will can get closed one day. We can like always kind of get back to them. Ooh, and thank you like Artist for the subscription. So the first thing that like we would like to talk about, and it's kind of the bigger one, is there's more development for Resonite Link. We announced this one on the last stream. Resonite Link is essentially a new protocol and library for communicating with Resonite and its data model from external applications. And we've made this as a tool to sort of like empower everyone in the community to build tools and integrations with pretty much like anything you can imagine. It is a JSON-based protocol using WebSockets, which is very widely supported in lots of different languages. And this pretty much like allows anyone to kind of, if you have like extra application, you can communicate with Resonite, and you can use it to send data to Resonite, receive data from Resonite, and do lots of cool things. Where I have like some examples from the community that I want to showcase. There's a number of things that have been added to Resonite Link. Notably, we support assets. Like you can bring in textures, you can bring mesh data, you can bring audio data. We also fixed a bunch of issues, and there's still more kind of stuff coming, like a reflection API. We are also ourselves using Resonite Link as a building block for the Unity SDK, which is something that people have been asking for a brilliant while now, especially creators of outside of Resonite. They are not quite used to or don't like to use the in-game building tools, and they want to like use their more traditional workflows, or they have lots of existing content inside of Unity that they want to bring into Resonite easily. We already published the Unity SDK repository, so we can, if you search it for GitHub, you should be able to find it. It's in very early development stages, but we actually have some cool screenshots from it. So over here, actually probably ask Aegis if we can show this on camera, since you're just handling the streaming. But with the Resonite Link, these are actually generated bindings for the Unity editor, where it sort of creates proxies for Resonite's components and other data types, like enums and stuff. Which is kind of interesting to see. It's almost like, things are coming, not quite, but a little bit like full circle, because we, as an engine, we are moving away from Unity, but we still want to enable workflows for people who use this editor, and it is like a great way to do it, because with Resonite Link and we don't actually need dependency on Unity in any way for it to keep working. This is still heavy in development. There's more stuff to come before it's fully functional, but same with Resonite Link, the Unity SDK will be actually fully open source, meaning you can contribute to it. You can contribute improvements, for example, improve conversions, improve some of the UI within the Unity editor, or just make your own fork, adapt it to your own projects. There's branch don't really place limitations on what you can do with it, and we want you to be able to do whatever suits your workflow with it. It's not quite ready yet, but it should be relatively soon, at which point we will open it to contributions. Resonite in itself, we already had like a number of community contributions helping improve it, helping improve documentation, but we also have some cool examples that we wanted to share with you. So
Which one to start? That one.
let's do this one. So a lizard guy, they've been playing with Resonite Link. We're just gonna show this one on camera, and they actually got some of the Resonite components to show up in the Godot engine. Which is, the exact thing like we were kind of looking forward to is like that thanks to this protocol being open source, anyone in the community, like you can now kind of create integrations with pretty much like whatever tool you want. And just being able to see, some of the Resonate stuff inside of Godot, is like very exciting. In particular because like ourselves, we are focusing on the first party Unity SDK, but we can see community using that as a basis, or even just like building their own, making own SDKs for other game engines like Godot, Unreal, Stride, like whatever engine like you like to work with. This empowers you to build integrations. We have another example. We've had people working on libraries. So here is a post from YMN, and they have made a wrapper for Resonite Link for the Elixir language. We'll show you the video in a second. So this is the post itself. You can follow them on Blue Sky, and it's just going to play this video for stream, please.
Let me just line it up first.
So you can see they can use the Elixir programming language to actually control stuff in Resonite. There's lots of others. We already seen like bindings for JavaScript, for TypeScript, Rust. There's bindings for Python, for the Go language. You can find more of them on the Resonite Link repository. So we're very excited, like that community is having like fun with this, like building various integrations, and this is also further gonna enable other users to like build more integrations. And here's another cool one. Someone of the name Coin on Blue Sky, they have made an external Resonite inspector that works in the web browser. So this is a post, and we also have a video, so you can kind of see it in action. So let's showcase this one. You can see it's literally an inspector in the web browser. That's they actually even styled it so it's kind of similar to the Resonite inspectors, but it's running fully in your web browser. It's very, very exciting to like see stuff like this, and a lot of fun to play with.
Oh yeah, and you can see the real-time view on the bottom left.
Yeah. You can see like how they're actually changing things. It's been less than a month and people already building like super cool stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Making TypeScript. I'm not actually sure about the technical like details of this one, but given what they're doing, I think they're using either the JavaScript or TypeScript like integration to get this to work. Oh yeah, this says hello from TS TypeScript, so it's super cool. And we've got another showcase. This one's from Jack the Fox Otter. This showcases, because Jack the Fox Otter has been working on one of the Python integrations for Resonite Link, and they integrated the newly added mesh support. So what you can see in the screenshot is they actually used Python to generate a 3D mesh and bring it to Resonite, completely without having to use any export and import for 3D models. You essentially just provide the raw geometry data, it pops in Resonite. You can see it even uses like vertex colors, which is super cool because now you can use existing Python libraries, to generate meshes and graphs and visualizations and easily bring them in and visualize within Resonite. This is very exciting because Python in particular is used for a lot of academic purposes. There's a lot of universities and researchers who are using it. And by having the Python bindings and able to easily bring data into Resonite, you can now use Resonite and its VR power and collaborative powers for visualizations. So you can like wherever like you generating your Python code, you can now bring in showcase in VR and have other people like look at it as well and interact with it. So having those kind of integrations is very exciting. There's a whole bunch more stuff. This is what we kind of scout from Blue Sky. So big shout out to those creators and also everyone else who has been contributing and making cool stuff. If you made something really cool with Resonite Link, we encourage you to share it and post it on social media. We will like repost it. We will showcase it in our streams. Like we want to show the cool stuff that you guys made and are very excited to see more of it. There's still like I mentioned, there's like a Resonate Link and also the Unity SDK are still like in heavy development. Resonate Link is a little bit like ahead because it's kind of the building block, but it's also been used to co-develop part of Resonate Link has been co-developed with the Unity SDK, particularly the Reflection API, which lets you query what components and what is their structure and what other data types exist within Resonate. And that allowed to generate the bindings that we showed earlier. This is going to be releasing next week, so you'll be able to make your own code to generate bindings and other stuff, and also like play with the Unity SDK code if you want to get like a head start. There's a lot of like very exciting stuff, and we can't wait like for more things that you will make with this tool. And if you of course if you have any questions about it, you'll be able to ask at the end of the stream. With this, we can move to the next topic, which is some Arkham additions.
Yes. So,
Which is what we got.
starting off with this month, or last month, we've been working on improvements here and there with the existing Cloud Home and tutorial. We'll be releasing them pretty soon, fixing up a couple of GitHub issues that will be closing soon, as well as right now we've been under a lot of the development process of doing planning and design and taking feedback that has been submitted for things like the tutorial experience and stuff like that. And that's have been the main thing that we've been doing in the past month and also this month as well too. And on the screen behind us is a really, really cool background that is actually on my phone right now too, that Raivi made. Unfortunately, their internet is still out, but here's hoping it'll be back up.
It's kind of cool. They made wallpapers when they were disconnected from the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And
wallpapers. I have them set as my desktop on both my monitors. It just works so well.
Last thing I'd like to mention too is we updated the guidelines on submitting content to the Resonite Essentials folder. You simply just have to submit shared folders or public folders now. It's pretty much going to be treated the same way as like uploading worlds to Resonite, so should be easier. And if folks want to know where to submit things for the Resonite Essentials, it's in the announcements under the GitHub issue link there. You just create a GitHub issue and put in like your folder URL, where you want to put it in regards to category, and small summary of what it is. That's all. And move on to the next. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jesus, for the update. Our next topic involves a number of quality of life improvements. And there's a lot of stuff that Parallel Prime has been working on, apart from the business stuff, from his business obelisk. Notably, he made lots of improvements to the Resonite wiki, making it much more easier to use, improving the search heavily, making it kind of nicer. So if you haven't, go check it out. It's super neat. We also recommend checking out the devlog channel in our Discord, because the Prime has posted a lot of kind of things that's been kind of working on those. We also have a number of improvements. There's security improvements to go.resonite.com, which is used to browse worlds externally, or send links to the worlds. So there's been improvements made there, and also. We've had a number of improvements to Resonite itself outside of Resonite Link. We fixed a lot of bugs, There's been a number of kind of crashes that have been like plaguing people that got fixed. We fixed issues with like models getting imported inverted. So a lot of our kind of quality of life issues. We updated the default font chains, so there were like some emojis and symbols that were not rendering properly, and it should be fixed up. The fonts should be up to date on those. We also added like new properties to the grid mesh, so we can now like rotate it. You can like have like a little bit more control, and we updated the grid, like the floor in the grid space, so it doesn't do that kind of weird shimmering effect you get on certain GPUs due to like imprecision. So lots of kind of like small kind of like improvements, fixes. We also did make a significant improvement to audio quality for deep VLC players, especially when the audio doesn't like match the sample rate. It was like using not a good method for like resampling, and we switched it to a much higher quality one. So for those sensitive to like the audio quality, it should be much better now. And again, you can check out the update notes. There's like levels of details on all the bug fixes, but generally there's been a number of quality of life improvements, stability improvements, and other things. For this, we can move to the next topic, which is very exciting, and a lot of you are probably very aware of it. MMC is going on. The Metaverse Maker competition has started. The last Sunday, it was the opening ceremony, and we actually appropriated the stage from the previous year MMC. Actually, no, this is 2 years back now.
2024.
Yeah, this is 2024. This is the stage from 2024. MMC, for those of you who don't know, it is a community held competition. There's a group called Creator Jam, which is hosting sessions every weekend. There's sort of like creative sessions where people can get together, build under certain team. They are a non-profit organization. They've been like holding those for years and years. They also been organizing MMC for past several years, where we essentially have 1 month to create entries in a number of different categories, and you can compete for winning monetary prizes. They managed to raise over like $22,000 from the community, where half of this goes into the prize pool. So there's about $12,000 of total prize pool across, I think, like 13 different categories. And we already like seen like people kind of like being very excited to start like working on their entries. But even if you're coming to Resonite right now and you haven't started your MMC entry, there's still plenty of time to join. You have before March 1st to submit your entry, and you can pretty much join anytime during the month. Participating is greatly encouraged. The main goal is not even like winning the prizes, but like having fun. Because working on the entries, you can learn a lot of things. You can learn a lot of skills. You can learn how to work with people. You can either make your own entry, or you can even find a team to participate. We strongly recommend checking out the MMC26 channel in our official Discord. It also has links to the Creator Jam Discord, where we can find a lot more discussion. And there's information on the prizes, the categories, the rules of the competition, so you'll find lots of details there. But also just to kind of get you excited, like we want to showcase the MMC trailer that showcases some of the coolest things made in the last year competition. So it just would be able to showcase this one. Let's play the trailer. And make sure the audio is also full.
Hold on.
Like a broadcast.
There we go.
Be part of something bigger than yourself at the Metaverse Maker competition. Create anything you can imagine, from the smallest of ideas to massive, elaborate worlds. Choose a category and win prizes. On your own or with friends, join us this February for the Metaverse Maker Competition 2026.
This is a super cool trailer. All of the stuff you've seen in the trailer has been from the entries that our community has created within 1 month of February last year. So there's like a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of different categories, from social worlds, games, tools, narrative experiences, educational, science visualization. There's even a meme category. So if you like, making silly stuff, you probably find something that's perfect for you. So we strongly encourage people participating. It's a lot of fun. Even if you don't win anything, you still get a badge for the participation, which is a cool kind of collectible that you can only get by participating in the competition. And of course, all the skills, they'll stay with you forever. I myself used to participate in game jams, not specifically MMC, but that's always been one of the most valuable things for me is stuff I've learned just building stuff, especially within a short time frame. So I can't recommend it strongly enough. And we are very excited to see what everyone kind of builds and makes. So let me see. With this, we are able to move to our last topic, which is the business hours by Bob. So, Bob, can you tell us more about how the business is going?
Hey everyone, glad to be here for another recap stream. Happy February, and you know what that means. You should probably start on your taxes. Anyway, sorry to miss the January recap stream as I was at CES Las Vegas doing a business. I've been doing constant business travel over the past year, and while it's been great to take a month off to catch my breath, my next lap around the world starts later this month. I've been working out, so swimming across the Atlantic Ocean has been doable, but the Pacific Ocean remains a challenge. Let's get to some rapid-fire slides, as this is going to be a quick one, while next month's business update will be the super mega long one. So, okay, hopping into the first slide, user downloads have remained at a relatively steady level. However, those are rookie numbers. We need to pump those numbers up. We are all holding our breath to cross the 100K download mark, probably about 2 months from now. The marketing team has machinations on some new campaigns, so keep your eyes out for what the marketing team has been cooking, especially post-MMC. Let's go to the next slide, where we have the 6-month breakdown of our business to consumer revenue. We've had a steady uptick in revenue and a lowering of fees, making last month our highest gross B2C earnings a month in the past 2 years. What is interesting to note is while total number of subscribers is not increasing drastically, what is increasing is people's tier levels. They're using Resonite so much that they're hitting their data caps and moving on to higher tiers. I've been seeing a lot of people at the $1 tier moving up to the $5, $10, and even $20 tiers. We're now averaging $9.62 gross per subscriber, with the $5 and $10 tiers having about the same amount of people. On this next slide, we'll be covering the percentages of our subscribers by source. There has been a steady march upward of revenue from Patreon moving to Stripe and PayPal. We crossed the 45% revenue threshold. We're hoping to break 50% by mid-year. Most of the growth of revenue has been Stripe users upgrading their tiers. So I'm guessing a lot of the Patreon subs just kind of set it and forget it. And I'm super sure all the people watching now have already moved to Stripe, right? Okay. That's all I have for now. Go do your taxes.
Not the taxes. Thank you, Bob. It's very fun updates. So this kind of completes our main topics. We've got about 35 minutes left, so we can now open the stream to questions. If you'd like to ask us anything, like whether it's about the development of Resonite, like existing, upcoming features, the future, past, present, like whatever you want to ask, feel free. Make sure to put a question mark in your post on Twitch, the way it kind of pops on our pinned messages, and we make sure not to miss it. So let's get started with the questions. I'm also gonna actually move this to the Resonate one, so we have a nice background. Yay! So we already got. I don't actually know if this was direct. This was probably not directed at us, but we can answer it anyway. Angel was asking, "How's everyone today?" Oh, it's every. Oh my God, I'm a dummy. That's everyone. I read it as Ariel, and I was confused.
I'm doing alright. Gonna
We're
probably
doing okay.
grab some dinner after.
Well, I'm definitely hungry.
I vacuumed food right before I got here.
I consumed Ritz crackers before I set up the stream.
I have my coffee, so all is good in the world.
Yay. Coffee's good. I made yerba mate. But I also vacuumed it already.
I mean, coffee stunts my growth, but I can just stack another kid. It's fine.
just compensate with more kids.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Having said it, I don't like the sound of them. Anyway, next question. It's actually kind of related. This Alex Tupia is asking, are we sure Bob is old enough to manage money?
I mean, my IDs add up to 39.
Yeah, there we go. And if it's not old enough, then just add more kids to the trench coat.
Yeah, if I'm old enough, just add more kids. I mean, a singular adult man. Singular adult man.
One adult man doing business.
Yes, yes.
Sequential Shadlog is asking, Stripe is better for direct funding. I saw Bob like readying this graph like under the counter.
Yeah, Patreon takes like 14.5%, and Stripe and PayPal take like 6 to 7%. So they're literally like it's half the fees if you make the switch. So please make the switch.
It helps us a lot. Like you can literally be paying us the same amount you're paying right now, but we get more. Like less goes to the payment provider, more goes to us, which means we can do more stuff.
Do you know what's absolutely insane? Yeah, so the $1 tier, like the difference in the $1 tier, if you do $1 per month on Patreon versus $10 per year on Stripe. So you pay $2 less, and we actually make $1 more. So it's literally like free money for the $1 tier to switch over to Stripe for both of us.
Yeah, the lowest tier is like literally win-win. You actually pay less, and we get more.
And you get
Next
billed
question's-
less. It's per year.
Oh yeah. Next question's from a random meatball. Favorite ice cream?
Oh,
Wants to go first.
I'm trying to remember which was, but it was something at Dairy Queen.
I have an interesting one.
For me, it's like any fruit ice cream. I mean, I don't know if it's technically ice cream. It's like more like sorbet, but I love fruit ones. Like mango one is like really good, but I'll take like any fruit ones. Those are like super delicious and juicy.
When
Okay.
I went to Alaska, they had ice cream that was made seasonal from ingredients that were gathered like in the state, and they had one that was fireweed ice cream, which is made from like the root of a plant called fireweed over there, and it was really good.
Oh,
Very unique flavor as well.
was it like spicy?
No, it was more like earthy. It was
Ooh.
good.
Interesting.
Sounds really good. I love interesting flavors like that.
Yeah, I usually, in regards of ice cream, I like to get that the chocolate shell you just pour on like ice cream as it like solidifies, and then just a little bit of chocolate syrup, and I'm good. I'm set.
There's actually one thing I kind of tried, like when I got some ice cream, I had like some honey, and actually I got like, I think it was like a coconut ice cream, and I put like some honey in it, and the honey like, it kind of sort of freezes, becomes harder, but it's like super good,
Mm-hmm.
like when you mix it with it.
Maybe it's a similar reaction.
It doesn't get fully solid, which is kind of interesting. It kind of becomes like more chewy. Ooh, there's also like one ice cream I had like a while back, like it was sort of local, like it was like locally made. It was a kiwi ice cream, and it was like one of the most like unique flavors, but like a really love the flavor.
I would try it.
It's
That sounds good.
yeah. I really like fruit ice cream. It's probably like one of my favorite like sweet treats.
Cherry and blueberry ice cream is also good.
Ooh, blueberries are good. Glitchfor is asking, why do Froop? Because Froopins.
Why not the fruit?
A Froop at cuteness. My emergency temporal shift is asking, when is the official Resonate Hytale collab? The question is, what would it involve?
I don't know.
I mean,
You know-
we've been playing a lot of Hytale. We actually had like a server for all of us set up, like a dedicated one, so that we could just play Hytale in our free time.
Totally did not went into Blockbench and tried to learn how to model in there and potentially make a mod for it while also making something work in Resonite as well.
You know what I want to see? Like, I heard like I haven't actually played Hytale myself yet. But I heard like it's very like moddable, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
could you get like Resonite link to send like
exactly
stuff
what I
from
was
Hytale
saying.
here? Yeah.
Because like with the modding tool, you can do it live, right? And you could set up Resonite Link to probably like do position tracking stuff and have like either Hytale characters in Resonite or Resonite characters in Hytale. And I don't think that would be that hard.
Someone
People did it with Minecraft.
Yeah, I was about to say someone had Minecraft and Hytale running at the same time and creating as best as they could the Hytale world using like a Minecraft block palette. It was insane.
Super cool. It's
A lot
actually
of-
one thing I wanna show, like bring in.
The Hytale devs
Because,
kind of remind me of us.
There's like a super cool video from Syro from our engineering team. Syro really likes Gary's mod, Gmod, and in Gmod you can use Sula for scripting, and they also have support for WebSockets. So I just would be able to play this one. I don't know if it's
Yes.
loaded for you or not.
It's checkerboard for me.
I'm actually let me see. I might have saved it as well.
I'll check my debug, keep it out there just in case.
So
Let
once
me
it
just
loads
do
for
it.
me, it should load for you.
I'm
Okay.
gonna save it. This is gonna be quicker.
It's
But
still
yeah,
at 0.
Syro, he got like stout out of Gary's mod. Like he actually got like multiple things. One of the things is like he brought the light maps, like he just sampled the environment into a texture and brought it into Resonite, and then he made like a thing where spawning like Gary's mod entities would spawn like Resonite entities, and he would play with the fizz gun, and like it would be like being simulated, and you could actually see it in Resonite as well. And it's like one of the things I'm like that I love like seeing is just kind of like these kind of random fun integrations with like games and stuff, and it's kind of like one of the reasons when my like Resonite Link is so people can have fun with it and bring stuff from other games and like synchronize it with Resonite and do lots of cool integrations that you normally wouldn't be able to, or at least not as simply. There you go, this one should load.
And it reminds me of the thought I had of making a Resonite-themed GM construct map
Yeah.
one day.
So this one's kind of interesting video. You'll be like, it's sort of like an overlay, so you can see Gary's mod like in the background, and you see there's like a cube in Gary's mod, and it's also being synchronized to the Resonite in real time, and it just works.
That is crazy.
We can now integrate Gary's mod with Resonite and other games. And it spins.
Rotate. I could imagine the amount of shenanigans that people will use Resonite Link for.
Oh yeah. That was kind of the idea, is like, get this like building block out there and then like let people have like lots of fun with it. Like I feel like what we're seeing is just kind of like, the first beginnings of stuff, but like it's opening up a lot of other options. But yeah, like maybe something like this. Get something cool with Hytale and there's a Night Link, and maybe like maybe they'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Triple Helix is asking, will this be posted to YouTube? I missed the first half. Yes, we usually get like those uploaded. It might take a little bit because we have to kind of process and edit it a little bit, But you should be able to watch the recording on Twitch itself. They're usually kind of like available for like a week or two. So you might also give that a try. If you don't want to wait.
Reminds me, I'm going to be uploading the latest of our Team Office Hours on the YouTube soon too.
Yes.
Mhm.
And also
Mediator
fun.
2011 Gaming is asking, can I go to sleep now? No, sleeping is cancelled.
Oh,
Yeah, Kavix Trust Space is asking, yellow? Yes.
blue.
Blue?
Blue. No, yellow.
Yellow. Seems to be responding. Mediator 2011 Gaming is asking, have you been following recent dev on the Meta Movie project? I've seen like some stuff, but I don't know if there's been something like very recently. I probably haven't seen it yet.
I've been
I'm very...
keeping an eye on the Discord, and they had a playtest of the initial thing for their next one. I was
Ooh.
gonna ask Jason if I could check it out, but I was busy at the time, and I forgot
Yeah.
to get back to him. But yeah, I saw that they were doing that. You should check it out sometime.
They do have a YouTube channel. I've seen them like post like videos from like some stuff they're kind of working on, and very excited like what thing they make because the Meta Movie is like another of those like super cool projects that's been done on this platform, and like on itself it was already super cool, and like now they have like all the experience from those two, and like we also made loads of improvements to the platform, so I'm like very excited to see like what's their next thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that people use in this platform is because of that project.
Yeah.
Definitely want to like showcase some of it too, like once they have like stuff like we could showcase. I really feel like gonna up some of the videos like sometime, like their own updates, and reshare them. Check the Fox Authors asking, I'm thinking of making plugin for my Python wrapper to implement matplotlib. That's a popular Python graphing plotting library. Bob, interested in piping those graphs into Resonite dynamically?
Yeah, I mean, my SQL is a little rusty, and my Python is nearly non-existent. But yeah, we could have a conversation.
You have to make integration. Just make an integration. Make it so you can just poke a button and.
I mean, yeah, I can give a data table and have Jack set up a button to port graphs and shit in.
Feed it in.
Yeah.
Instagraphs.
Kavix Space asking, favorite flat screen game?
Like recently or all time?
Yeah, that is a difficult question.
Great
like
question.
I mean, I played Expedition 33 before it was cool. Like literally the week it came out, I'm like, oh, this is gonna win Game of the Year, and then it won Game of the Year. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. But also, I do want to make a shout out to a small development studio that's been around for like 20 years. They launched a game called Pathologic 3. Yeah, if you're familiar with Darkwood, which is another indie game that came out, they're actually been tasked with developing Darkwood 2. I would check out Pathologic 3. It's one of those really awesome narrative games that takes like 20 or 30 hours to play. I'm a big fan of the series and big fan of the development studio.
Lately, one game I've been playing, it's called Shadowrush. It's like a indie development studio that's trying to make their own kind of style of Titanfall 2 kind of game. It's pretty fun. It's a free open alpha right now.
I think in terms of my favorite game, at least for like all time, I have to say RuneScape because I played that one for like over 15 years. So yeah, RuneScape's pretty good.
Other than that, Hytale.
For me, like the recent one, I finished Alan Wake 2, which is like super cool game. I love like I love like stuff that's like weird and surreal and spooky. And
you'd like the Pathologic games, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't played Voice of the Void.
So
that is a good one.
Minor spoiler. My motorcycle is also a werewolf. For those of you know, you know.
That's a quote out of
It's-
context for that game, definitely.
Yes, I love that one because like even in the game, like when it happens, it kind of. Actually, I'm not gonna say much. It doesn't make sense out of like, it doesn't make sense out of context. It's it's hilarious.
I see.
It's also a horror game, by the way. There's it's super cool. Like I'm also super excited for like the upcoming like Control Resonant as well. Like it's actually for me like it would be like difficult to pick like all time like favorite game because like each game's like its own vibe and like its own moods and sometimes you're in mood for different things. I really like the Doom Eternal. Like I love like first person shooters and Doom Eternal is like one where I like got like really deep into it and like climbing the skill level and you know getting into the loop. So that one's definitely like high up there.
I recently got Doom Eternal. I just haven't played it yet.
Do it.
But also, I don't want to just list the tons of games. Noita's also a good one. I really like Noita. It's kind of like 2D one. It's a different vibe.
You would like Noita.
Yeah, like I Noita's good. Oh, and Hollow Knight and Silk Song. Like I love like platformers too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone excited for the Silk Song DLC? Anyway, we can move to the next question. Computers using is asking, any plans, ideas on what the next major focus will be? Yes, we do, but we're not ready to share yet. Soon, maybe, TM.
Soon.
My next major focus is to bring in more money.
Yeah. Imagine could improve crossplay. Like
think that's in
Hytale
reference to
Resonate
Hytale.
crossplay. That would be
That'd
like
be
interesting to see
crazy.
something. I mean, it's kind of like with the Resonate link, maybe I could like put something interesting together, like some prototype, make fun things. You have the power. We're giving you more power.
That'll give me reason to make a Hytale version of my avatar.
I mean, we already like two-way portal between like in real life and Resonite worlds. Like, why don't we like in portal between like one world and one game and another game if that other game has the
Yes.
ability to do so?
Yes. All it needs is WebSockets and JSON, and then you can pipe data back and forth. Like like we just showcased with the Garry's mod. Yeah, Angel Boy's saying hi to there's only using Garry's. I'm like, imagine the possibilities.
Simon, please. If he ever watches something like this.
Alex the PR is asking, Hytale devs say making mods is playing the game, so maybe. Maybe. Yeah, do it. Play the Hytale game by making a mod to integrate with Resonite. Next question's from Dynamos. Are your production workflow bottlenecks right now? I feel there's always some production bottlenecks. Like even like when you fix some, like there's gotta be some that pop up. So there's definitely a number. Like for example, on the engineering side, like one thing we kind of really need is molecule because that's kind of like bottlenecking a bunch of like the development. So it's gonna help us out. But even like once that is fixed, there's gonna be other stuff. Like maybe this is kind of causing issues. This is causing issues. There's usually always something. And it's a question when it kind of becomes like big enough that it's like really impeding a lot of your work that you have to kind of prioritize fixing that bottleneck over working on other things.
Also, it's the same thing with content as well too. Say for example, currently we use workarounds to create things that require collections, but if we make it in a way where we can just easily swap it out, wouldn't be that much of an issue.
Yeah. It's always something.
We've also
Always
had to like edit our workflow for some of the 3D meshes and stuff like that for rendering. So
Yeah.
question calling.
The next question's from Qualitorium. How fast is Resonite like intended to be? Is real-time performance overall design goal? So not quite. It's more kind of meant to like synchronize kind of content. So like if you're like trying to like control a lot of stuff like all the time, you're probably gonna run into bottlenecks. It's not like made specifically to be so, but it's kind of made. The primary goal is for it to be easy to use and easy to integrate. Because usually, if you bring a bulk of content, we want to make it easy to just kind of get going. That's kind of why we chose WebSockets and why we chose JSON, because JSON is like very widely supported and easy to kind of integrate. There's other protocols like like for example, I don't know, Protobuf, would be like a lot more performant but a lot less accessible. So there's no, it's not a primary goal. Within that, like we want it to be as fast as it can, but it's not the number one goal. The number one goal is just wide support, making it easy to like bring lots of like content. If you're like piping a lot of real-time data, you might want to use other mechanisms like either OSC. You could maybe set up, like just a raw WebSocket, like sending your own data. There's like a few different approaches.
Like with Resonite Link, it's like a thing we're making to allow users to make things outside of the platform, but also like a basis for them to work off of it, so that say you finish like the basis of the Unity SDK, and then we can go focus on improving the design and like implementation of the tools within the platform itself, so we don't have to
Yes.
worry about doing both of them at the same time.
Yeah. The idea was there also kind of get something started like a little bit earlier, because like once we kind of shift focus on other things and we're working for other Resonite stuff, the repository is already there. You can like build on it, and it sort of becomes like it can essentially run parallel to other stuff like we're doing.
Exactly.
So Grandic is asking, Schnoppenten? No.
Schnappend? I don't know.
Next question's from Keistra Blades. I heard you describe Resonite's eventual goals as a shared spatial computing platform, while recent stuff has called it a social VR sandbox. Which do you see goals of Resonite as of right now? I mean, it's kind of both. Like those things, like kind of have like an overlap, but like the ultimate goal of Resonite is to be, a virtual universe you can share with others, and where you have control over what that universe is and how it kind of behaves. It's sort of like, creating a shared reality that you have the power to shape, and you have like a strong level of control on it. And I always go with this idea is like, that a lot of people, they have like, a lot of people have like a lot of imagination. Like you can, think of things in your head, and we want to make something like a universe where it's as easy as possible to get those ideas and imagination into a shared reality. And it's very broad, because it can apply to lots of different stuff. Because some people, like, the imagination is, creative. You can be creating drawings, you can be creating worlds, narratives, fun things for people to play with. You could be making memes, stuff that's like goofy and silly. Or you can be just creating like comfortable social space, like a vibe that you want to share with others. Or maybe like, you're an engineer, you want to, bring Resonite and use it for visualization, talk about like technical concepts. Or a teacher, like we can do the visualizations to help people understand, complex things. Researcher, like one of my favorite stories is actually how like Albert Einstein, how he actually came up with the theory of relativity. Often it's like people kind of like, think about those things as like, it's science, it's like, hard, cold math, like you just kind of writing equations. But usually, like, if you like look into the stories of like other scientists, they often talk about like how the imagination is the key component. And Albert Einstein, like the way he came up with the relativity is he actually imagined himself chasing a photon. He was kind of imagining like what would happen if we chase a photon, and it kind of like led to him developing the theory. That's like now like one of our kind of foundational like understandings of the universe. It also comes, like another like favorite like scientists and educators is Richard Feynman, who there's literally a video you can search called "Fun to Imagine," and he also talks about how imagination is so important to understanding physics, understanding the world around us. So to me, Resonate, like the ultimate goal is to allow people to share their imagination with others, collaboratively, and that covers so much stuff. You know, like it also like it pretty much like covers like anything you can think of doing. It's almost like we want Resonite to be a universe where you have kind of superpowers. Like you can do things that like you couldn't do in the real life. And that's sort of the kind of the major kind of driving force. And under that, like everything kind of like falls under it because, like I mentioned, it can be just making cool vibe, a social place. You can be building, you can be creating whole games. So that is pretty much like where we want Resonite to be. We want there to be as many possibilities as possible and give you, the players, as much control over the universe you share with others as possible. Random Meatballs asking, what was everyone's first video game? Oh my god, I don't even remember.
Oh man, I'm gonna show my age. It was on the original Nintendo, the Zelda first game gold cartridge.
Ooh.
I think mine was either Ocarina of Time or Sonic on the Sega Genesis.
Mine, I know for sure, is probably Super Mario Brothers on the original NES, as well as like the PS1 with like the Spider-Man 2000 game. Those would be the two.
For me,
I still have my Atari, by the way, with Space Invaders and all the old Atari games.
ooh, that's gonna like increase in value. It's like for me, like I don't know which one was exactly the first. I do remember. I have like a very like I actually do have like a very vivid memory, of like one of the games. And I think I was like a lot of it is like very fuzzy because I think I was like 3 or 4 at the time. I was like just a small kid. We had like a Sega Master System at home.
Ooh.
And I think like there were like some other games for it that I played. But one I remember is like I remember like one day I just got the idea, what will happen if I launch the console without a cartridge in? And I did it, and the version we had actually had a built Sonic, the first Sonic game, like the 8-bit Master System one, and it immediately became like my favorite game. And I've become like fan of Sonic games like ever since.
That's cool.
Diana was asking, SQL and Python, you say?
Yeah. I used to be analyst. What's the term? Maybe you've heard the term quant. I worked at a bank for a number of years as a project manager and analyst until I got promoted to become a corporate pool at the VP level, and then Resonite found me and saved me. So yay!
Next question. Sequential Shadowlocks is asking, are there any plans to improve full-body native IK? So, the really technically correct answer to this question is no, because we don't plan to improve it, we plan to completely replace it. We actually have a plan for having like ditching the current IK system and making a fully in-house one that's designed to be perfect for Resonite and solve a lot of the problems that the current full body has. Is one of our kind of like high priorities. It's probably going to be one of those things that we're going to be working soonish. But essentially, yeah, like to answer your question in a more like sensible way, yes, we want to significantly improve how the full body feels, by sort of like replacing it with like a completely custom system. We do have a discussion on our GitHub about it. Like we've been gathering a bunch of feedback, like what issues people have with the current one, making sure it's documenting, getting ideas for like what kind of avatars people are using. Like different legs, what kind of like features they would want to see. So once we kind of like start working on that one, we're gonna be going through a lot of that and making sure like the new IK is kind of like fixing a lot of the problems that people have with the current one, and also has like a bunch of kind of cool new things, and it's just kind of generally designed to better fit with Resonite and how Resonite kind of does things. Because the current IK we're actually using, it's a port of the final IK, and we kind of want to get rid of it because we don't have like full control over it. Like, or we have to kind of rework it a lot to fix a lot of the problems, and it doesn't. It's not quite like meshing as well with like how Resonite works. So having something like native that we have full control over from like ground up for design, that's gonna help fix a lot of the problems. Retro Gamer's asking, how is the guided tour for working with components and Flux coming?
So, in regards of like the beginner's experience, more or less, it's like a general experience at first, where user choice is going to be important for teaching like users that learn the platform for the first time. If they want to learn specific things like components or protoflux, those will be more like tailored tutorial experiences that they'll be able to explore. But a lot of it is still mainly like planning stages at the moment now.
As I'm gonna say, we have 4 minutes left, so we might not be able to get through all of the questions. But let's see what we have next. Sequential Shuttle is asking, wasn't that a link to the past for Bob's answer?
No, it's older than Link to the Past.
Oh.
It was literally just called The Legend of Zelda.
Amelia Foss is asking, what about those LCD Game & Watch things? Ooh,
Okay.
actually I had like one of those. Like, there was like the one with the monochromatic display. Like, it's kind of funny because like everybody would call it Tetris, but it actually had like tons of other games on it. I kind of like those. They were kind of like neat.
I used to have a bunch of those that I got from like McDonald's. Like in like the early 2000s and 90s.
Yeah, I think.
I actually recently. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I think there was one too I got from the same thing.
I recently got like a neat one. Like when I was visiting in the US, like we went to this place called RePC, and they have like a lot of used hardware. And I found they had like this like kind of retro console. It was like a modern retro console thing. And it was like a used one. It was for like $9 or something. So it was like I grabbed it. It was like it's pretty like cheap. And then I thought like actually looked on eBay. I was like, how much do these like normally cost? It was like $30 on eBay. So I was like I got it cheap. It actually has like it has like color display and some like retro games in it. Angel Beaver is asking to Frogs, like a Sega that allowed from CD and cartridge. We get away bug of the games like stuck on that system. I don't actually know what you're talking about. The one I was talking about is the Sega Master System, the 8-bit game console. It only had cartridges. That was like before Sega Genesis and the Sega CD and so on.
Might be talking about a newer one.
Yeah.
No, the Saturn only had CDs, I think.
I never like had the Saturn one. Qualterm was also asking, what should double check time? Have you all been working on anything fun on your creative days?
No.
I've
Oh, no.
been
I was good.
on my off time. I've been working on, or here and there, working on improving the projectile system that the bow and crossbow uses in the Cloud Home. So that's pretty much.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the bugs that they got fixed.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was like you made a report and somebody else makes the report like, oh, like if you delete it like before the bow like finishes, it crashes the world.
Yeah.
No longer.
Yeah. They've been updated in the Essentials, but they'll be updated in Cloud Home pretty soon.
I did get my my resin 3D printer working a bit better. It seems like it or the printing fluid might be a little bit too old, but I did manage to print the Resonite tool handle in like 1:1 scale. It's currently white, so I need to like paint it and touch it up a few places. But that was fun getting all that working. Makes me want to get a better resin printer.
For me, I have to be like really quick because we've got 40 seconds left. Resonate Link was kind of like my fun thing. That's kind of like the little bit the bigger thing. It's quite fun. Except when I work on the reflection API, then I kind of plunged into despair for a bit because that one's very complex. But that part is mostly done, so it'll be out soon. with this, we should be on the next stream. Do we have the sponsor board?
I can get that
Because we
real
wanna,
quick.
because we also want to give a shoutcast, what am I saying? We want to give a shout to our supporters. So while Edge just gets that, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for just being part of the platform. Thank you everyone here, Bob, Haru, and Aegis for helping with the stream, sharing the cool news and things that we're working on. And also huge thanks to Sidereal Scout, Hikari Akimori, Zenkri, and Arkmark, our sponsors. And then also big thanks to our other supporters, Technocatron, Big Red Wolfie, VRXS, Burrock, Chevron7, BD_, Check the Foxotter, Skillseer, Rix, Meteon, Ikanis, Tarla, Steve Jackal, Mediator 2011, Mira SK, Takusin, Vizzy, Jinxties, Micro, Aaron the Meatball, Cypher, Lear Fox, Keith, Yoru, Zyzel, Water, Annie, Lotus Gaming, Faith, and Kirdran. And also huge thanks to everyone down here. There's so many, we can't read everyone unfortunately, but thank you all, and thanks to your support, we can kind of keep going and making this platform, making cool stuff. But whether you support us financially or not, thank you so much, for bringing it on the platform, because even just playing, being an active player helps us a lot. It helps build the community. It's more people to hang out with, and that just generally helps the platform to be healthy and to grow. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone here. And if you want to ask us more questions, we also have a number of office hours. There's the Purple Primes office hours on Tuesday. There's the art team on Wednesday. Moderation team has on Sunday. Also have the Resonance on Sunday. And there's sometimes others like the Purple Hour. You can find more details on our Discord in the events tab. It has the exact times when office hours happen. And there's a lot more space to kind of ask questions about Resonite. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you with the next one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.